You said you're in Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see and sense and feel, hear, know everything very clearly now, very clearly now. Feel yourself. Do you feel like you have a body?
Yes, I'm female.
Describe what you look like.
I feel like I look like two different women. Like sometimes I can look like almost like my skin is very like pale and iridescent, and I have like blonde, like white blonde, like curly hair and blue eyes. And then I can change and I can be like this older woman with red curly hair. I am able to change whenever I want. Here now I have the red hair because I'm not very beautiful. I don't really attract attention. So a way of me being able to go through the lens and do what needs to be done undisturbed as much as possible.
Beautiful. Are you carrying anything with you?
I have like a leather bag, or else it's cloth. I don't know, but it's not very big. But I have some tools in the bag. I have an ordinary person, they wouldn't look like much. And I think I have a lot of a cloak so that if anyone did see it, they wouldn't see what I see. There are things that I took from Atlantis with me. So like crystals. And I have a book, but if you were to look at it, it would look blank. And then within it is like a record of what I've been doing since Atlantis. So like my younger self is the Atlantean self that like left at the fall or just before the fall. And I've been going to do a lot of work on the lands to like keep things sacred or like to protect things within the land and yeah, to code in the lands.
Keep moving the scene along and describing everything you're seeing and sensing.
I am creating the Sheila-na-gig portals. I'm creating them out of the land, like out of stone or clay.
You said you're creating what?
Sheila-na-gig. In your times, an Irish goddess that they don't know a lot about. And when they depict her, she has her vulva open. Church removed a lot of these, you call artifacts from the lands, but there's still some remaining on like really old Tartarian like buildings, like really, really old churches. And when we were creating the first ones, it really was like a portal which you would be able to use to connect to Divine Mother cosmically. And it's through them that we've been hiding.
Tell me how you create these portals.
And to make the physical, like sculpture, we use like crystal technology to create a portal within the sculpture. It was with like done in ceremony. It wasn't just me, although I can do them on my own. And I created the first one. And it is with like the information I understand, how quantum physics works, how the matter in the ether can be created upon intent, and through my own creational energy. It's my creational energy that creates the portals.
So tell me what happens when you activate one.
Each one is connected to like a different star portal, a different dimension. There are some that are connected to Divine Mother's creational womb, or cosmic egg. And when you activate them, it brings forth a cascade of codes, of keys, a remembrance within the land. If you could see like this flash of light that ripples far beyond where it is activated. It's like far beyond Ireland. Or this is what you need to do when you come to Ireland. Yeah. Our ego is going crazy.
Say that again? I heard the part. I didn't hear the last part.
Our ego is finding this hard.
Oh, okay. So tell.
Sorry.
No. Spot on. I've already been told about the eggs. So okay. Continue.
When we activate these, because the Sheila-na-gig, if you look at it, it looks like an egg as well, like her portal, and it is connected to those creational eggs from Divine Mother hidden among the star system throughout the dimensions. The sacred sites were, as you know, are connected to different star systems, to different stars, clusters, families protected by different races. And we knew that when we were placing these beautiful portals around the country. As I said, a lot of them have been destroyed, but not all of them. There are still a lot of them around. They can be found in really old buildings. When they're activated, they are what will allow their birth. I don't know what the birth to come forward. I don't know. They will allow the birth. It is a cosmic rebirth of this country, of these lands, of the magical beings trapped within it.
Oh, so important. Thank you. Continue. What else can you tell us about her work and what she's doing there and anything connected else?
There were many of us doing this work, it was dangerous. Especially later, when Merlin understood what we were doing. That's why so many of them have been destroyed, and a lot of them have been cursed or inverted. So it is with caution that you approach. It is with what Phil said in the call, there are snares. This is what his daughter was warning you of, to ensure that the practitioners know that this land has many snares. He had a long time to do his work.
Thank you. We'll ensure of that. Thank you.
Ensuring that when you are activating them, you are working with Divine Mother spirals. Alright, if there is a symbol you have with spirals, or else you have not been given it yet, that is to do with these. That is a symbol that you need to use when activating them.
Swirls? Like spirals? Or what do you mean swirls?
Yeah, like Divine Mother is like swirls, but there's more than one swirl within it, within the symbol.
Okay. How many swirls is it?
5.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you. We'll work on that.
I'm seeing it like that there's 5 like circles with swirls, but they're telling me that's not the complete. That's not a complete. But truly, when you are activating these portals, you are cosmically bringing all the star systems back online within Earth. You're truly anchoring those energies in that have been lost, that we were able to anchor in before, but now it is like a fraction of what we used to be able to do. This is what will help bridge it forth even more. I'm seeing that activating one will start the activation of another, of another, of another. Of course, it is impossible for you and the practitioners to find all of them within your time here. That's not, obviously, if you are to find more than one beautiful, truly it is that you are to find one to activate the others. That is the intention, to activate all of them.
So through one, we activate the rest.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell us, so this is such a beautiful being. She is there from Atlantis, and how she was able to, survive, and she ended up here in the Ireland lands. Like there's something bigger that you want to share with her about what she was doing. Why did she remain in these lands so long? What can you tell her, and how it connects to that time space of the work she was doing there?
We started sharing this with her not that long ago, but she finds it hard to accept and believe the information that's been given to her, because she has been had a lot of distortion, things creating distortion within her, and she knows that not everything she has been told is correct, although she does really feel strongly when something is. We are able to give her very clear information at times, but we were showing her within Atlantis that she did fall initially to the virus, and she's repeated that in this life. She was able to clear herself through the assistance of other Atlanteans, a group of Atlanteans. She was able to clear herself of the virus. Then she fed into the fear, and we had never felt fear. She had fallen into it. And when she realized what had happened before Atlantis truly fell, we made a plan of what we would do, because we were able to travel through the timelines, through the dimensions, to see how we could best assist humanity, assess the collective in your future time and space. And she was able to see that she was needed to go around the earth, anchoring and coding different lands, but ultimately within Ireland, to create these portals so that Ireland's rebirth could happen.
So what happened was that initially in Atlantis she did kind of get tricked and say fall for the virus, but during Atlantis she at some point she realized that she was being tricked and she got out of it.
Yes.
Wow, that's really big. And we know that she took the vaccine at some point. Is that why she had to kind of repeat that to heal herself from that time space?
Exactly. And again, she has had this again, many trick again, since finding A.U.R.A and removing the vaccine. She's had this again, but she has now realized it, and that contract is that, because it's not really a contract, but that is gone now. She has fulfilled, or she has truly learned that within herself, played out all that karmic that needed to be played out.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Did you want to keep moving this time space and see what else of importance she needs to remember of this life?
I was able to complete my mission in Ireland, and then I was going to Britain, or Avalon, because it was so much denser there. And the work that needed to be done there, I feel like I was going to say murdered, but petrified comes into my head. Like that I've been petrified within the lands of the UK.
Thank you. Let's see. What else here? What are the questions I have? Do you want to take her to another time and space of this life? Another important time and space where she will find answers that we seek for her highest healing? Anything else of importance?
No.
Okay, beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and take her to another important time and space, higher self, another life of importance that she's meant to remember for her highest healing. If there's another timeline, another life, let's take her there now of importance for her. We're there now. Tell me what you see and sense.
I feel like I need her to drop into that timeline. I can see like it's not long further around like it's after like World War II in Ireland again. Like like they're not hospitals, but the hospitals like the Magdalene Laundries, like where they started experimenting on the mothers. I just feel this really strong heat running through my body. Like I feel like I'm on fire because of what they've been injecting into me. Like, what have they done? What have they done to us? And to our children?
Embracing her with love as she goes through this. When you're ready, explain what you're seeing and sensing.
I can see, like, there's two nuns in the room, and there's a doctor. They're all evil. They have us chained to beds, like, don't eat. Better if you keep your eyes closed and don't look at them. Oh, like they feed off your fear. Like, the more you cry and resist, the better it is for them. And there's one matron, oh, it's just so evil. And I met her fractal in the hospital when Rourke was admitted to the NICU. I was raped by my father. I was sent here. When my mother found out I was pregnant, she was so afraid of what the church, like what the community would do. I've been here for so long now. They took my first baby off me, like sold her. I didn't even get to hold her. On her brain, they call her. And then they have people think that we were just working because we were unclean and unfit for society and we were just kept here, but they were just raping us and getting us pregnant again and again and again. This is the 7th time I've been pregnant and they just keep experimenting on us. If you're lucky, you get to kill yourself. Some of us are just not able to, or just hope it'll end. Sometimes they make us deliver before term so that they can see what would happen, or they can harvest them.
How do they make you do that?
Sometimes they cut us open and sometimes they inject us. I've been cut open 3 times. That's why in this life she's had 3 incision sites for her laparoscopies.
Is this why she was also, when she came to me, higher self, I know she's back and forth thinking herself, is that why she was very insistent that she was never going to have children? From that time space, she started healing that trauma even back then so that she could now have her child.
Yeah, there was a lot to play out from here. Even when she was in labor, she was thinking, like, the timelines that she was healing and the fear, and she didn't realize it was from this life, but truly, like, at birth, like, her and her daughters higher self agreed to start healing those timelines for her, but also, like, rippling out into those other, like, women that went through that, those other babies that went through it. Like, the fear that she had felt about, like, yes, well, a fraction of it came from her mother and her own birth. It was this life of, like, what will happen to this baby? Like, what are they being born into? Like, the densities that, like, energetically her womb has carried, like, from that life, is why her daughter had to battle so strongly to implant.
Was her daughter one of the children?
The first one.
The first one, yeah. As you're mentioning everything herself, I want to ask that you start healing everything already through all lifetime and space.
Yes.
And through that, the entirety of her tree of life, her daughter and her beautiful husband. Thank you. Okay. What else do you want to show her? So what happened? What else can you tell her about this life? Back to that.
She can see that one of the nurses in that time and space has like a fractal of that nurse is carried in her mother's sister, like her aunt in this life now, which is why she doesn't have anything to do with her, like, it's always been that like evil, like remembrance that she's felt from her. Like there's been a lot that's played out in her life through that. A lot of the area that she's from, like, had a lot of them because of like that being the sacred energy of Ireland. So infringing upon that. As well in this life, like a lot of the illnesses that has had have been because that was her last life. She came here as the now. It's like healing or bringing these up to be healed. So her DNA was altered. That's why, like in your time and space, like it would be called the MTHFR gene. It was that experiments that they did on her in there that brought that forth into her life. And because her direct blood lineage in the family that she's in now also had exposure to those experiments. She is seeing her grandmother. They did it through the vaccination program. They started this, and so energetically, they started this like mutilation of the DNA, and energetically because of this, because of what we have been through in the past, it like activated it within her even more. But truly, it was an attack on like the bloodline. As you know, these weapons are hunting specific bloodlines, and so truly it was an attack in that regard. But I am seeing that even women that weren't in the laundries or that went into hospital back in the 50s and 60s in Ireland were being experimented on without even knowing it through injections, through IV drips. They were placing like all sorts of things in there. It was an attack on all sides, and the reason so much has been like placed upon the genetic streams of the indigenous people of these lands is through childbirth, is through like targeting the mothers. Okay, you may ask questions.
Thank you. Anyone else she needs to know about that was there in that time space besides the ants that caused her any harm?
It was like the matron in the hospital as well as the like head obstetric consultant. She was there too. In that time, she was a male doctor. Absolutely hated women. Hated women. And in this life, she has like that, compulsion that you need to be like a savior. And so she is actually making babies sicker than they should be. I'm scanning. There is no one within her close circle that caused her harm.
Good. So she's good there. Okay, good. All right. All right. And then what happened to these children? Like she mentioned that there was like 800 found babies and mothers at a certain location in Ireland. Were there other locations like this all over Ireland besides this one that was recently uncovered?
There are many mass graves. That one, they think there's around 800 babies, but there are more. They would just treat them like waste. Like some babies are still alive, like they were buried alive. And some of them were so small. Like this is happening still on Earth, like with the abortion clinics. Like they are aborting babies. And this is what they were doing. They were like removing them when they thought they would be like too young to survive, but they were alive. They were able to move. They didn't die straight away. They would, as if they were a piece of dirt, like flush them down toilets, down sinks. These beautiful babies. Some of them taken and sold. Some of them were used for adrenochrome. It was sold on the black market for organs. They were basically like modern abortion clinic. Truly disgusting.
So is that and maybe the beginning or the route to abortion clinics? And are these abortion clinics they're just kind of really this but hidden in disguise?
Yes, and yes, they're just anything that you could think of that they could do with the children that was done there. Like saved for sacrificing, saved for black magic. Like, obviously, they were like baby factories. They had the women in the homes, they couldn't leave, and the priests were raping them and getting them pregnant. Although you could, like, the wealthy, like, inverted families, they could impregnate the women themselves if they chose to. That was also an option. You would have that, especially from the UK, not really Ireland, that you would have like men from the UK impregnate the women, and then they would take those babies. They were just truly awful places. And there were so many of them. There were so many of them, like all over Ireland, because the church made families fear shame that would come to them. There were families completely ostracized, and like the control they had over these families and communities was just so strong. And some women did leave, like they were so tactical about everything because they knew if they didn't let women leave, people would ask questions. Like they would, like, instead of seeing it, like they told the families the women didn't want to leave, that they were happy, that they had jobs, and they were too ashamed to go back to their families and their communities. But that wasn't true. Women weren't allowed to leave. They weren't, like, some of them, they recognized basically the ones that were good to them, the ones that would give them good stock. They had a specific type of like physical profile as well as like energetic profile, but not energetic. It was like they knew the type of women that they wanted, and then the strong characters would die in childbirth, but really truly be murdered. They were basically camps. They were camps for women and children, and they were horrific, and they were like run by the church, but really the Jesuits. Like it was that dark, like that really dark side that funded it all. Yeah.
It's surprising that don't really hear too much of it, huh? At least over here in America, we don't hear of it.
Yeah, they did do a great job of containing a lot of it. It was a big, like, I suppose, scandal when it started to come out, and then late 90s, early 2000s, and there's a movie about it. I think it's called The Magdalene Laundries. Like, there are Irish filmmakers who made movies about it, but they wouldn't want this known. They wouldn't want like the public outrage if they knew what truly happened to the women on these lands and the children on these lands. Like, they truly tested every modern vaccine program and procedure on those women and children. Like, they were all beyond what is in the public awareness today. It is beyond that. Like, it was all created there and spread out. It is the reason why Ireland is like full of the pharmaceutical giants. They're untouchable here. The darkness that they brought to these lands, and then they were given a free, basically whatever they wanted by the government. It is them who worked alongside just evil people to create everything that you see in modern obstetrics today. Or those procedures, they were all developed here. So many women and children died developing them. And then, as Noel said, when they got caught, when it started coming to the surface, they moved it to Africa, and hailed it as saving the children of such a poor and disease-ridden country, because of course people knew at that time in the 90s and 2000s that Ireland was not that. They had witnessed what was happening in Ireland with the troubles, like with Northern Ireland and Ireland. They had seen a lot of Ireland in the news, and there was a lot of public awareness, and all this meant that they weren't able to kind of brush it under the carpet as like assisting, the people of these lands who, were impoverished and disease-ridden and starving and needed saving. But of course, that was the narrative that was across England for hundreds of years about Ireland, and justified the atrocities that they brought upon the land. Oh, time and time again, like with the wars and the genocide of people and the famine. It was all justified to the Queen's people as, Ireland is, the people don't have, like, they're savages and disease-ridden and etc. etc. But of course that wasn't true at all. They carried truly beautiful bloodlines and energies and codes and beauty within them, a true connection to the magical realm, and they really truly lived in harmony with them, which is why it took Britain so long to do what it did to Ireland. It took so long for them to take the spirit of the people away, and now, you know, the people have been so afraid to stand up for themselves. So that memory of what, like, of being crushed by the English, like, is so recent in their memories, is so recent in that, you know, of being starved, of being like brutally tortured and made to disinherit their own language and their own names for the sake of food in the food houses. And so it is only like truly like a catalyst that is starting to happen within them, and the wave of souls that have come since the late 80s, that they're not afraid to stand up. They're the ones that are not afraid of the church. They're not afraid of the crown or the state, that can start to see beyond that and start to see things for what they are. And with the work that you'll be doing here and in England, it is like truly allowing the people to break free of all these like black magic curses, blood magic curses, and start to see how they're being controlled, how they're being kept so small and so like they wouldn't dare look outside themselves for fear of any authority, getting in trouble with any authority. Like the Irish people as a nation are so afraid of that. Of course, and we see that there are some really strong souls in the north of Ireland. They have held like such strength, and they have held such, yeah, just such a strength against the establishment and against that fear.
Okay. Yeah, when you think about just like looking back, I mean, yeah, the Irish in Americas, there's a lot of, they're drunks, they're poor, you know. Yeah, so I do see that. And I see how that was used to target the children, like you said, like the Magdalene Laundries.
Yeah.
It's just thinking about this is like, how is it that people align to talking bad about an individual or even a collective of a race like this? Yeah, such a definitely dark blood spell over them.
Yeah. And fear, because if they're talking about someone else and then they're not talking about you, and it is that fear of persecution, which is really truly within each of us, because all of us have experienced that within our lives, but they truly did like persecute the indigenous people of Ireland for hundreds of years, and like going all the way back, as you know, after the time of, say, seeding the portals within Ireland, and the indigenous say like the people from Atlantis and that came here, you in your time and space would call them druids, but they're not. Like, it was before that. It predated the druids. The druids came later, and for a long time they couldn't really like do much to the lands. We were showing her like she doesn't really understand or know about the Milesians, but it is the Milesians who were first able to, say, penetrate the lands and bring a lot of darkness with them. When they came, truly it was like when that true connection to the magic, or say the guardians of Ireland, which you would know as the Tua De Danann, or some of that has been inverted, but not all of it, that those guardians of the land like had to withdraw. The land started to become densified then. And then it just became a repeat, and there was such a resistance, obviously, because of what Ireland is and the connection that it has to the magical kingdom, as well as like Atlantis, that it took so long for them to do what they did, to get to where they were. It took so long for them to do that. The magical world was still so alive, like not that long ago. You know, in what we think is in our time and space, truly it wasn't that long ago. Like, it is only truly since the reset in World War II, like after World War II, that there has been such density upon the lands that it's been like so hard for those beings to connect with the indigenous people of the lands. But before this, like there were parts of Ireland where they were still very much like alive and invisible, and it was easier to connect then.
Why has this land and people been targeted like that?
Because of like the energy of Ireland. It's like a void. Like the land there, because of where it is, because of really like she was the seed. Like Ireland was the seed of the mother's heart, and so that electromagnetic field of her heart is so vast that like the UK still encompasses it, but say Ireland is the center point of it, and it like ripples out because it's the center point of it. The land of Ireland is like a pure field, and like you'll feel it when you step onto the land. It's not, yeah, it's dense, but it's not dense like other countries. Like I suppose because it's the center of her heart portal. We're trying to show her beneath the land. I suppose, yeah, like we were showing her, there's obviously crystal beneath the land that's not found anywhere else. And then it like hasn't been found on Earth, like it hasn't come to the surface. Yeah, there are crystals that you can get in Ireland that have not you cannot get anywhere else. Just like every other country. The crystal beneath her is nice. Like it is her heart. It is her heart crystal, her heart. And that's why the wells in Ireland are so holy, because it is the waters of our heart. Like it's like within us, we have the waters within our hearts that are so sacred and so pure. And the land of Ireland had so many sacred wells which have been just completely targeted and infringed upon, and they were Mother's own waters.
So is that island a crystal?
Yes, it is all so beautiful. Oh, it is such a beautiful land. And that's why they say that it's our unusual weather that makes the grass green. It is not the weather. Or they like you can look this up, Aurora. Look up about the grass of Ireland and like its greenness, and you can't get that anywhere else. And they say it's to do with bullshit. Like it is not to do with the weather and the amount of rain we get, blah blah blah. It is because of the crystal, how crystal the lands are, and the waters that still come up through the old trees, like through the mountains. Yeah, it is because of those that our grasses. It's basically like crystalline, like cosmic. It's cosmic. It's cosmic grass. Like oh, and then that's why it's so don't, yeah. And because of what they're doing to the cows, like all over the world, but like, in Ireland, it's a repeat of the laundries, what they're doing to the cows. They're just raping them and milking them, raping them and milking them. It's just, but, that's why, again, the cows in Ireland are so sought after, and the milk in Ireland is so sought after, is because of the grass that they're eating is so, like, energetically like beautiful. It's crystalline, it's and it's cosmic, and these cows they're such beautiful souls, like I loved them. But yeah, that is why they're so sought after, and yeah, they all just feeds in one after the other. What else? You definitely want to go into the ocean here and the lakes. You'll know Aurora, but I do feel like there are waters that you'll be guided to go into. Do you have more questions?
Oh, well, that sounds good to me. Okay. Okay, thank you, higher self, for all that. Very important and very healing. So let's go ahead and send love, light, and healing through all time and space of everything that was mentioned for her individually and collectively, higher self. And can we call forth on any ascended masters and archangels to assist now with the healing? Who would you like to call forth upon?
If we could call on Isis and Yeshua, as well as Michael.
Okay, beautiful. Higher self, go ahead and connect us to Divine Mother Isis and Yeshua now. Divine Mother Isis and Yeshua now. I'd like to speak to them now.
Greetings.
Greetings, thank you for being here. Love you, honor you, and respect you. As we call forth upon you, Divine Mother and Yeshua, if you can assist with the collective and individual healing for her and her daughter, and everything that happened there in this life that you showed us. These men that were doing that to these women, who were these men?
Some of them were like low level priests that you know, they're babies, the children as well. They were drawn to the clergy for the power. So some of them were like quite low level, didn't really know, was happy to get their gratification and as many as they wanted. And a lot of them were like the dense aliens. Like I'm seeing that they were like doctors from the atrocities that were committed during World War II, where they were put in Ireland. I keep saying it, but you just like Israel, like the Illuminati, like they were facing like foot soldiers to do the work, like from the church. Yeah, basically Ireland was like a candy land for pedophiles and all that for a long time. They were, yeah, some of them there were, God, not many, but priests who really didn't, they just turned a blind eye and asked questions. Not saying that they were good, but they weren't, I suppose, didn't enjoy harming the women or children, but the other men did. The majority of them did. A lot of the nuns did. But they were just so cruel. It was, yeah, like some of them weren't even human, like in all honesty. They just weren't. They were just a collection of evil. Disguised as good. Very protected, like incredibly protected. You had the Jesuits involved as well. Like they ran them basically.
Okay. Were these also like these men you mentioned that they were from the UK as well, some of them?
Yeah, they were, you had showing that the like very connected to the royal family, like but like obviously very in the background, but that's like they had a steady supply of children coming from to them. And then you had like say the outer like family of the royals, like those other like wealthy families, like landlords and stuff, and that also used to go there. I'm seeing like politicians if they travel to Ireland, like celebrities, like it really was like Ireland was like a little like a candy land for those people. Like Bill Clinton when he was in Ireland, he went to the laundries. Pope, well, no, they had them go to him, but it's just like, yeah, just.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, higher self. Let me think of any other questions. I've asked the last questions. So then, while we're already beginning the healing, if I can ask, so, but the first life you took her to was she was before these Magdalene Laundries. She was this young being from Atlantis that had initially fallen for the AI fear, but then got out of it. Then she started to create these portals. What did you want her to learn from that? What were the lessons she needed to remember and learn?
We wanted her to remember like her Atlantean life. It's so important for like the time and space that she's within now, and she was very blocked from remembering it up until like now because of going to California and receiving those like keys and codes and like the activations within her. And like she's been very, I suppose, like drawn to like her connection with Ireland and why it is that she's here in this lifetime and why it is that she birthed where she did, like why she had to come home. So it's helping her to understand all that, like the parallels from those lives, like bleeding into this life and why that is. But if we could also never show her that before now because of the information about like the portals and the Sheilinic eggs, and like that information was completely lost and destroyed, and like there is a collective remembrance of the Sheilas like coming back into memory, and it is just like imagine, or you can see it, how powerful that's going to be when they're activated. Like yeah, you can see that, you can see how powerful that's going to be for Earth. So like we couldn't have shown her that before. She wouldn't have understood it anyway. She wouldn't have had the right frequency to believe and trust to see that that's what she was being shown. And like the activating of the dragon within Ireland that it will have, like it's going to be massive. Yeah, that is why we showed her that now. And yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, like thinking about like reading the book, like say book one, and say you read it the first time it takes you, it's just so advanced and so much full of love, light, and high vibration that it takes you a minute. So the first time you read it, I always hear from like people who read it, right? They read it, they're like, okay, like it's so like shifting for them. But they almost have to go back and read it a second time because the second time they see it from a different perspective, and even the third. So that makes sense. Like sometimes you're given the information, like how you said she had to receive, say, the light codes that from California to be able to understand this now. Because I mean, we could give you the information, but if you don't understand it, then I don't. Then like
Exactly.
yeah. So then it's for your highest love light. It could only be shared when you're ready after certain activations, so that it could really help you in profound ways.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. And then you took her from there to the life where she was in Ireland and that was happening to her. You told her so much. Anything else you want to tell her as far as the lessons and she needed to learn there?
Just that truly, like, everything her body has been going through in this life is her clearing that, like those densities, like that, those imprints within her, like frequency and her memory, and also just to understand how like strong her and had to be to do that in this time. And, like just to share that she was eventually like poisoned, and she was only 26 when she died. And in this life, she used to joke that she would die when she was 26, but that was a bleed in from that. Like, that was her feeling that. So, and that when she died, like, that 26, like, catapulted, like, her into, waking up really and truly. She started, like, getting super sick when she was 26 with, like, endometriosis. Like, that is, understanding the link of that for her, and the surgeries and understanding all that was like getting out so that she could clear it off her energetically, but also understand it. Like, she needed to understand it all. She needed to understand her body. She really needed to understand how sacred her body was, because so many people don't. And like, all these things always have a multitude of gifts or lessons, and that is one of it. So just for her to understand that, like, the connection, like, and what she's feeling, like the rage, like, is all connected to that life. And for in this life, like, yeah, the separation, like, playing out again, but also she, like, didn't live long. She was sacrificed. So just understanding that, like, for now, she's still, like, I suppose, like, experiencing some of that in this life. And so there's work to be done there for her.
Thank you. Assisting her with that now through all lifetime and space. And can I ask herself that all the healing and removal of inversions are done through the entirety of her tree of life today? Thank you, herself. All right, herself, Divine Mother, and Yeshua. Let's go ahead and begin her body scan. Let's scan her body now, looking through or any negative energies, entities, technologies. Where would you like to begin at her body first?
In the womb.
Her womb. Let's go ahead and scan that now. What's there? Is that an energy, entity, or technology?
It's a technology.
Okay.
And an energy from that life.
Okay. And let's go ahead and direct Phoenix Fire there now and start transmuting it out. Transmuting it out now. Good. And tell me what has been causing her in this life by being there.
The technology is like a tracker technology. And that was placed in her during her surgery. But it hasn't, like, been very accurate, let's say. Because they were, before she got cleared, they were harvesting her womb from that. So yeah. And then the energy is like the energetic, like, trauma, like, seeing that as just like a vibrational heaviness, like, in general. And she does have some scar tissue that needs to be healed, so we can start doing that now.
Okay, let's direct Phoenix Fire, source of light, to that now. Start transmuting that now. Thank you. And let's start healing the trauma that you mentioned, all the trauma that it caused back in there. Through all lifetime and space. Can you do that now?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll come back to when that's removed, okay? Okay, let's keep scanning her. Let's go ahead and scan her for any entities. Does she have any entities in her? Scan her deeply, thoroughly. Let me know.
In her leg, in her right leg, she can feel, like, the pulsing. And on her crown, like the top left of her head, there is like a pulsing there as well. Okay,
So what is that?
so she has 2 reptilians in her leg. But there's like, okay, so I can see that. And there's like a cord, like a hook that like goes from the like say mid calf up to like to the right of her pelvic bone, and it's like embedded in there. So that's like to do with those reptilians. So we can start encasing them now and transmute that hook. Like what the hook is? The hook is just, I think it was they moved from there down the leg. Yeah, they moved from there down the leg. And then in the head, okay, like that's she's seeing like a demon with horns. Okay, so that is what has been causing her like doubt, confusion, like poking her like gifts because so that she got a fright when she saw it, but it's not like that there's a demon inside her. It is like connected to, it's like archonic and like technology. It's like an archon basically, but like not, because so it's like okay.
Let's go ahead and contain that with the archon symbols and start eradicating and removing it. And then the reptilian, where was it at? You said the leg and somewhere else?
Yeah, in her leg there was like a hook going up to her like right hip. So
Right hip, got it. Okay, and contain that with the symbols as well. Let me know when both are contained with the symbols.
they are both contained.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and start eradicating the archon there in her leg now. Removing it, Phoenix Fire, and we'll come back and check on the reptilian later. Let's keep finding all the entities in her now. Where else does she have entities at?
So she has AI in her mouth, like in her teeth, like in the back of her left mouth. And there is an entity in there as well, like a small grey. It's a portal. Like it's a portal that's on like her back, like wisdom tooth. That's
Okay, go ahead and close that. Close that dark portal there now. And it's a gray too, or just? Okay, let's go ahead and contain that gray there. The back of her neck, you said?
in the back of her, like.
All right, go ahead and contain that with the symbols. And then this gray start off just as artificial, or is it part organic?
It's artificial.
Just artificial. Okay, let's contain that with the symbols and start neutralizing it. Phoenix Fire, removing it from there. And we can go ahead and close all dark portals in her now. Herself and team. Let me know when they're all closed and where does she have them at. And while you're at it, check her home and land for any dark portals. Let me know.
They're all gone. She had one in her heart space that came in when like her dog died. It was like, and she was like in grief that I was able to actually reopen. And then her space is clear. But not like she no. So we actually do have permission to clear more because where the house is, there was a lot done here. So we do have permission. We have permission. We will go and we will clear the land properly now. I mean, it's already quite clear, but there were some things that we didn't have permission to do before, and we do now.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Do that now. Archangels are there to assist you. Do you want to call any archangels? Because so far you only called Divine Mother and Yeshua. Do you want to call any archangels?
Michael.
Okay, good. Michael assisting with those dark portals as well. Thank you. And any additional clearing. Let me know, Michael, when that's all the dark portals are closed in her or in the land.
It is done.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Divine Mother and Yeshua, start filling in those spaces with love light now. Okay, let's scan her again. Does she have any other entities attached to her? Look inside all organic matter, making sure nothing is hiding.
So the plasmoids.
Yeah, including the plasmoids, the plasma, all the waters within her. Let me know if you see anything.
She has them. They look like dark, like when you actually look at like the energy of the like plasmoid, it looks like a dark like nymph, like water nymph, if that makes sense. Like they have like scales and like, yeah, that's what she has within her waters. Yeah, so we can start removing them now.
Good. And are these so we really are just going into, like the first session, I think, after that information. So tell me more about these plasmoids or that she has in her. Are they artificial or organic?
They're part artificial, part organic. So they are like the waters within or have been like distorted using artificial technology, lacing through like through, well, for her it was from the vaccine, through the vaccine, lacing these what were like organic, like water nymphs or undines, and making them like dark to the point that they don't actually really have any light left in them at all. And then the technology that like goes with them, that basically makes them look like crystalline waters within us, but they're not. We are showing her that like they are able to, and she can feel them like moving around now, like almost like a palpation like under the skin. They're able to move really fast throughout the body. They can lay eggs within the body. When we talk about like biofilms in like the gut or in the body, like they're truly like their eggs. So they can be hidden, or they might not be, because they can lay so many of them. Like as you could imagine, or like they're disrupting the vibration of the natural like crystalline waters within the body, and not everywhere all at once, but when they do disrupt that, like, you could imagine the effect that that has within the body. If you're, say, looking at like, if she's vibrating love through her body, and you're seeing that like vibration of love through her body, but then you have these like they're really fast going through, like almost like piercing, say, like the geometry that the body's making, like the healing geometry that the body's making. They're like piercing through it really fast, creating other like ripples, like in waves. They are like they're one of their main roles, like is to ensure that like the lymph going around the body is blocked, so that we are just like constantly like circulating toxins, and like like all this feeds on the toxins. Like they're just like creating this lovely like habitable space for themselves. So that's like where they first start really like working, is on the lymphatic system, ensuring that the body isn't able to and get rid of like the waste through that system. And in the kidneys, like targeting the nephrons as well. Like I can see them kind of like, oh, there's like a U-bend, I can see them like just swimming around it. There's like a sack that they're sitting in. It's like they can have big impacts. And like within her, they've camped out in her bladder, because she always had issues with her bladder. So like vibrationally it hadn't healed after the endometriosis and the surgery. So it was like such an easy place for them to hang out. They've gone into her gut. They surrounded like her liver. They weren't able to get in her heart. But yeah, they're tricky. Like they're good at staying hidden.
Okay, so what would you classify them as? Artificial, organic, both, one?
Mm. Mm.
They just lower,
Yeah.
like lower entities, like lower dimensional entities. But you said that she got some of those through the vaccine. So could these also be the ones that they use for experiments to make them into these lower density?
Yeah, so they were originally organic and then made artificial. They harvested like the water nymphs to make them. Like that's what I'm seeing. It's like they've like, in targeting like the waters, like they've harvested or like done something to like they're tiny, like so tiny, but they're not also what like, say, a water nymph would be, because they've AI'd them so much, like they've inverted them so much, they've like made them so like, yeah, like AI, like I don't think there's anything organic left in them. But then I feel like there is some sort of like consciousness with them because of how they're able to operate.
So they're like
And
lower dimensional AI entities?
yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and contain them all in a micro level, through the quantum, through all lifetime space, through the entirety of who she is. Now with the symbols, and let's start bringing and transmuting, bringing them back to organic, and then removing the AI. And so do these like entities need to be in her body once they turn organic, or?
No.
No, because you know
No.
how the medical industry says that you have all these like parasites in you and they're part of
Mm.
your system to keep you, I don't know, alive and stuff and healthy.
No, not at all.
Okay, so then so keep work on that with the symbols and then let's bring them back to organic. And once they're organic, let's have Astral start assisting them to release from her body through a lifetime of space. Can you ensure that?
And you want to remove the eggs, like they're
Yeah,
like all the eggs within them as well. Like it's really important that we remove the eggs too.
good.
Um,
Get those as well with the symbols.
mhm.
Through all lifetime space of throughout the entirety of her tree of life as well, containing all of that with symbols, phoenix fire, love light everywhere in her body. And is this related to the gallstones? She felt that
Yes.
it might be. Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so let's go ahead and start transmuting and healing. While you're removing those, start healing her liver as well as her the gallstones and her digestive system where this is being caused at, so that she no longer has this anymore. She says it's extremely painful. She said it's even more painful than having babies, which wow.
Yes.
I mean, that's inverted. I feel like,
Hmm.
it's supposed to be not painful when you have a baby, but she said it was painful. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. So then healing her through all lifetime and space now. And besides the gallstones, what else has this been causing her so we could heal that trauma?
It's been like causing gut issues. Like they really just love like the abdominal organs. They've been, affecting all of them because of how they've been targeting like the waste system. So like it's been affecting like basically all her abdominal organs. But they're so resilient. Like, she's been doing really well to heal it herself as well. But so yeah, so it's been weakening like them basically their fields, like their ability, like their resistance, their ability to manage stress, like when her body like through lack of sleep, particularly because she's so tired and so drained. It's just like it's so easy for them. It's so easy for them to then like go in and weaken the system even more.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So has been removed. Removing. Okay. And as well as healing all her plasma and her water. Once more. Phoenix fire, source of light. Any symbols, again, not leaving anything not healed as always. And thank you, herself. Can you start doing that now?
Mm-hmm.
And we already started beginning to heal her womb. Can we scan her womb? Is there anything else attached there that needs healing?
No, there's nothing else
Productive.
there. We're done
Good.
there.
Just to make sure that's completely healed.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, while we're speaking about her womb and the sacral chakra, can we help her look through very clearly? She's doing that one course. Is the founder benevolent, or is there something to to be aware of?
Mm-hmm. There are attachments there, as in like that lady has attachments. We did direct her to do this course. It is for her highest good to do it. She is to use and be discerning in the information that she receives, and she has been without even knowing it. There's been some information that she's like skipped over, gleamed over, like that hasn't maybe really resonated very well, but that information is like it's like really important for her to understand for the next baby, like to be able to have healed, say, her birth, and to understand it, because for her as a person, she really, once she has an understanding of something like that, as a the ways in which she can like plant seeds into others or like inspire others is just like immense. So for her to actually understand birth and for her to understand what actually happens, like really on a quantum level, Aurora, it is like we're showing her like how the baby spirals through the womb and like how their descent really is just such an amazing portal, and teaching her how to really like honor and understand that and understand like how women can truly help themselves through birth so that they don't need the system. Like that information for her soul growth is so important. Like she knew, as she knows with any like anything that she does, like whether she goes into a shop to buy something, like there are inversions everywhere, and she knew that there's going to be people in this course who maybe weren't a vibration that she would like, but then she understood that she could she could choose who she wanted to interact with. And just to explain to her that there is a reason that she hasn't been attending like the live calls since before she went to America. And it is because, like, without even knowing it on a subconscious level, that is how she's protecting herself from, I suppose, like those energies, even though she is extremely protected because of who she is and because of that we are asking her to learn this information in this lifetime for her soul purpose. She's not, like, she would never, yeah, she's very, I suppose, it wouldn't, there's nothing, let me explain that.
Yes, thank you. And can we just look through and make sure there's nothing hidden that she's not seen? Can you confirm that this lady is not some kind of hybrid children program for the aliens of any kind through all lifetime and space, whatever's attached to her?
There's nothing attached from it. It is a way for, there has been an attack on these like free birth movements, particularly in the last 5 years because of them growing in popularity, because women are truly looking for like another way to not be harmed. And so there is like, it's not, so we are showing her that this woman has, let's say, like her own agenda that is quite subtle and hidden, and she is to be careful, but she has not come across any of the content that is infringing it. And this is what it's finding it hard to like see, like she's finding it hard to, like in her head, she's going through everything going, I haven't seen any of this, and it's like, it's not, that content hasn't been seen yet. So we would tell her just to be more cautious around module 7 onwards. The information that she needs, she'll receive before then, and just to be guarded. Just to be guarded, as she always is. She always has shields up when she is like watching content. And what she does is she calls on the higher self of the teachers, like, and the teachers' teachers. So she's calling on like the highest versions of them to help her understand the information. And because she's doing that, the information that's filtering down anyway isn't distorted. Like, it's not distorted. So, but just for her to be cautious around module 7 onwards, because this still is within her timeline, and because it's so important for her to do this work. That's why she hasn't felt a call to watch that content or to really get involved. And she's been like pulling back so much, and it is like she's on her ego side been battling, going, oh my God, I'm falling behind. But then for her, she's been like, no, I need to be like, I'm so behind on the like AuroRa stuff that I need to like catch up on all that. And it's where she feels excited at the moment. She has had no plans to watch any content before the retreat. So yeah, just to be assured of that.
Thank you, higher self. Okay. Let's see. And then can we just make sure if she, as she continues to watch it after the retreat, that her daughter or future daughter is not pulled into any of these potential hidden agenda this lady has?
Yes, they are shielded. And she hasn't been affected by it. And we would not have allowed that. We would not have allowed her to do this course if it were to affect. But it is for her awareness to be cautious going forward with it, because of what like is in the content later on. So it is just to be aware for her. But we would not have allowed her to do this course if it were to negatively impact.
But just making sure that that is for sure. Okay, thank you, higher self. Okay, higher self. She also can we ask for all the healing that we're doing for her is also done on her husband and her child if her child needs any additional healing?
Yes.
Especially for the trauma again of that life where, you know, she was in the Magdalene Laundries and she was a daughter of hers. Okay, going back, and then if there's any pieces of either her as that life that she lived there as a mother having these babies and all her babies, can we scan the baby and make sure that there are no fractures, so pieces of her, since they had her have many babies? Any additional healing needed for the baby?
We can return them and bring healing. Bring them back.
Good. Doing that now. Okay. Let me see what else here. Okay, let me finish her list and then we'll ask for the other healings. I'm just looking at my list. Okay, so all dark portals are closed, correct, Michael? Okay. And can we scan her for any reptilian skin or reptilian ink?
She's clear.
Good. again, everything I'm asking for as well, spreading that to her beautiful husband and child. Thank you. And then can we look at her DNA? Is there any attachments within her DNA? Any nano AI or negative aliens integrated into her DNA?
No, but there is like the energetic vibration of the damage done to the DNA that's like still heavy on it. So that can be like cleansed, like transmuted and cleansed, and the DNA like like it's still like upgrading. It's just like from obviously from that life what they were doing. And like say the mutilations within the DNA, like healing that now.
As well as her, if there are any fractured soul pieces missing from her, find them, heal them, and then return them back to her and her daughter after they're healed. Higher selves. Thank you. Okay. And then, so confirming no, there's no reptilian ink or skin, correct?
No.
She's good. Okay. And then we're healing her DNA. Right now, when I asked about the DNA, I felt like this sharp kind of like pain, but not, it wasn't pain, like pressure on my left side of, right, coming out from the skull down through the bottom left of my neck. Is there something she has there? Left side?
There's like a snake energy there.
Okay.
Like a dark snake energy.
Organic or artificial?
Artificial.
Go ahead and contain it with the symbols. And how did that get there? What was going on with her that allowed for that attach?
That came in through a portal, and the portal was in there from her session.
Let's clear that now. Removing that now.
Tree of Life was like heavily targeted by, and she had seeds, and she had like damage to the tree from them as well. Like it is really like when you think about like Morgana's triple aspect. Really, like she really did experience her triple aspect because she is like the negative triple aspect.
Oh, that's true. Ooh.
Yeah. So she was like attacked by each of those energies, especially within the Tree of Life, because that was number one, hadn't been like it wasn't in our awareness when, like in your awareness when she first had her sessions. So it was really easy for them to go in and put holograms and attack the tree, and then it was attacked again. Like when I did her session, she didn't bring up the Tree of Life at all, which I had thought was weird, but it was because like they went in and they did like a lot of harm to the tree. Like had killed the guardian of her tree. So, but she did a lot of work on it. And yeah, just scanning. You're saying dark crystals were placed in her tree, like under her tree, like dark crystals were placed under there. So they're moving them now.
Thank you. Use the symbols. Phoenix fire, love light, source purifying flames.
It's done.
Thank you. Can we? Okay. And then going back to her birthing as well, you know, the tried infringements on her and her mother. So just healing both of them. Is there any attachments that need to be healed from that time?
No, like from like before the birth and the first like say and like and the birth, like that's all good. Like Claire did a great job clearing that. And then when we go to like the hospital, so definitely has like something in her ear, which has been like really annoying her today, but it's because it's been like come up for her awareness, and that is like the attachment that went in to make her hear crying when she left the hospital, and it has been like causing like interference in her field. So we can end that now.
Good, do that now. Thank you. Transmuting that, removing that, healing that. Thank you. Source of light, Phoenix fire. And then back to the great grandfather and the Cabbage Patch. Is that what he was?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go back to the family lineage and we're going to start working within her tree of life and making sure she's not attached to that original Cabbage Patch tree of life, and assisting that soul of her great grandfather to free him so long as it's allowed, as well as her grandfather as well and her father, and spreading that through the entirety of their family tree. Source of light, Phoenix fire, using all the symbols and so on to clear that family tree herself. Are we allowed to do that?
Yes, thank you.
While you're doing that on her I guess great grandfather, father's family tree, and then also her mother's, let's go ahead and create her own, make her sovereign with her husband and her child in their own family tree. Now they're their own tree. making sure that that's theirs, crystalline, and it's not attached or tethered to any other tree but their own as a family.
Beautiful.
Start working on that higher self. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you confirm her womb healing, sacral chakras all healed?
And that is all healed.
Beautiful. And then let's look at some of what was there. So the attack is removed from the womb, healing the womb, source of light, phoenix fire. Thank you. And then the gray, has it released? Do we need to talk to it, or is it ready to go?
It's ready to go.
Go ahead. And then love you, honor you, respect you. Go ahead and spread your light. And well, actually, it was an AI. Sorry. So yeah. So it's gone. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Thank you. And then let's fill in the space with source of light, phoenix fire, transmuting any residue left behind, healing the entire space with love light, with source of light for healing any trauma. Can we do that now?
Yes.
Thank you. And then the plasmoids in her body that were in the plasma, have those been fully transmuted out?
Yes, they're gone now.
Good, they're gone. Love light, and then Astro ensuring any light from those entities that they're guided to where they're meant to go. And then phoenix fire, source of light, to all parts of her body where these plasmoids entities were at. Thank you. And then the archon in her leg, has that been completely removed?
Yeah.
Good. Fill in that space with phoenix fire, source of light, healing the entire leg from any residue left behind and any trauma I caused by being there. Can we do that? And how about the reptilian there in her leg? Is that one ready to spread its light and become free, or do we need to talk to it?
It's ready.
Good. Go ahead and let's fill in that. So help you, assist you now to spread your light, become free, freeing yourself from that space there now. And where you're attached both in the leg and where you're spread out to the hip, releasing that, spreading to all of light, making sure you don't leave any piece of yourself behind. Let us know when you're fully out and you're all light.
I'm fully out and all light.
Thank you. Are you out? Okay, thank you. Go ahead and go with the love light of the universe. Archangel Azrael will ensure your safe passageway. Thank you.
Thank you.
Healing the entirety of her leg and the reptilian that was attached to her hip. Phoenix fire, source of light. Transmuting any residue, filling in with source of light. Thank you, higher self. Okay. And then let me finish up my list here. Can you confirm there are no other entities attached to her?
She's clear.
Yes, thank you. And then while you were working on her DNA earlier, making sure that we further crystallize the DNA and further crystallize it as you see fit, higher self. Can you ensure of that?
Yes.
And also deprogramming any false belief systems within there.
Yes.
Thank you. Can we scan her for any negative cords? Does she have any?
She has 3 that we can get rid of today.
Okay, go ahead and remove those and tell me who is attached to those.
So the shaman that she was talking about and his wife, we can cut them now. And the other one is to her aunt that she was talking about.
Good. We're removing those now and then healing the entirety of her crystalline cords, making sure they're all crystal clean, no attachments to anyone. Can you do that?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's scan her for any types of negative technologies. Does she have any negative implants, hooks, metals, rods, any wires, any types of negative technologies in her? Scan her deeply, thoroughly.
No, she's clear.
Beautiful. Phoenix fire, source of light to her entire body, anywhere where it's needed. And then I know we worked on her soul. Can you confirm her soul is whole? No fractures? Beautiful. Alongside with her husband and her child?
Yes.
All good. Thank you. Can we scan her for any negative contracts? Does she have any?
She can, yeah, there are contracts that can be deleted from these lifetimes and by connecting with this one.
Thank you. Moving those down. Thank you. Okay. And then providing healing. Can we heal her for any dental healing or vision healing as well? And then let's begin to age regress her. How many years can we age regress her higher self?
5.
Okay. Start doing that now. And then healing her, making sure all her chakras are aligned, not blocked or misaligned. They're all healed, all her chakras. Also expanding her heart and opening up her third eye further, activating her abilities further as well. As you see fit, higher self, and healing her arc field. Can you do all that?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, there's a couple more things before we go into the tree of life, making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, we got that. I got that. Yep, we got that. Okay. Then overall healing both her and her daughter from the separation.
Yes.
So that she feels more comfortable and not, scared or threatened by her mother not being there.
Yes.
Thank you. Healing her child and her through all lifetime and space now. And then that lady told her that her father had molested her. Is that true?
No.
No. Healing that false information now. Expired source of light. Thank you. Can you confirm that we healed her husband and her child completely from what they needed to heal divinely?
Yes, we have.
Thank you. And then again, we're asking for healing for both of those lives or any other life she needs healing from through all lifetime and space.
Yes,
Thank you. As you're working on that, go ahead and start working within her tree of life. And I know you're, really healing their tree of life, their family tree of life of her husband, and children. Start working within their trees of life and deleting all inverted timelines for them. Can we do that?
Yes.
Thank you. And one of the things is, why did her daughter's placenta disintegrate?
That was because of the plasmoids. They were attacking through her blood, they were attacking through her sacred waters. They were showing her that through it was through the maternal side of the placenta that they were attacking. That's why there were blood clots.
Okay, healing that now through all lifetime and space. Could also the higher self, maybe did the higher self not want any kind of leftover?
This was all to be cleaned.
You know what I'm saying? Gone, what was left?
Transmuting them.
Yeah. Okay.
All this was to prepare for the next soul, for the next baby.
Good. Thank you. You know how the phoenix into ashes to rebirth? I guess that's what I'm being shown for the placenta. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Source of light, healing there. Phoenix fire, thank you. Okay, and then what else? I think I have asked everything. Yep. Oh, yes. And then also healing, can we scan her tree of life? Last thing on my list here is finishing up the healing for her tree of life. Are there any clones or holograms made from her tree of life?
No.
Good. And just making sure, again, her child and her husband. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's done perfectly.
Good. Okay. And then can we heal all current life and past life trauma through all lifetime and space for all three of them?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we want to heal the entirety of her tree of life, the trunk, the branches inside the roots, the soil, and the elements surrounding her tree of life. Can you do that now?
Perfect. Yes.
Thank you. Higher self, can you scan? I keep sensing something that's trying to create or project doubt into her, especially I think to astray her. So where's that coming from?
Her mother.
Okay. So how can we assist her so that that's not coming in anymore?
We need to give her a symbol to activate every day and to strongly set intentions that doesn't come in from her own mother. The tree of life will really help, the work that you've done, because that from her the infringements that have coming into the family from the tree of life have been so strong. So this will really assist her. It is not that she's intentionally attacking her. It is that her attachments are attacking her. So it will really help level her mom up as well. She has been shifting. It's been slow, but she's been shifting.
Beautiful. Sending love to her mother and whatever her higher self needs to assist her. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me see what else here. Okay, higher self, we're healing the entirety of her tree of life through all lifetime and space, through her entire tree of life, the trunk, the branches inside, the roots, the soil, the elements surrounding her tree of life. Can we do that now?
Yeah.
And her, again, all three of them. Thank you. All right, higher self. At this point, I have asked all her questions. We conducted the entire body scan. Can you confirm that her body scan is completely clear for her and her children, for all three of them, and that we set them all up, all three, for their most organic timelines?
Yes. Thank you so much, Aurora. You're so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Oh my
so
goodness.
great. Thank you.
I'm so proud of her. She's so awesome. Thank you, higher self. All right, higher self. Is there anything else that I could have asked that I haven't?
No, you're complete.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alluvia.
Alluvia. Okay, I'm going to bring her back now, okay? All right, thank you. Thank you. I want to thank Divine Mother, Yeshua, and Archangel Michael, anyone else who assisted with her beautiful healing today, as well as Archangel Azra. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. Take your time. When you're ready, you can sit up and drink some water. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. Of course I do.
Oh, good work. Incredible work. Thank you. Thank you once more, higher self.
Thank you so much, Aurora. That was amazing.
Especially for the healing of the land, higher self. Thank you.
I know.
And her, of course, but
I know. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Aurora.
All right, love you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
love.
Bye.
Bye.